Hello everybody. In this video series, we'll talk about the planet Ketu in Vedic astrology. So in Vedic astrology, Ketu is one of the 9 grahas. Ketu is not a physical planet like Mars or Venus or the other planets like Jupiter. It's not a physical planet. It is a shadow planet. It's a south lunar node, we say. So the south lunar node, it actually represents the point where the moon's orbit crosses the ecliptic going southward. Right? So anyways, it's a point basically. Ketu is a node. It's a point. It's a south lunar node. Instead of discussing the physical significance of Ketu, and of course it varies based upon different astrologers. So instead of talking about the physical significance of Ketu, we'll try to talk about the astrological significance of Ketu. What is Ketu and what kind of energies Ketu has? Ketu is deeply spiritual and karmic in nature. It's a shadow planet, we say Chaya Graha, and it basically represents liberation, moksha. It represents detachment. It represents past life karma. Generally speaking, Ketu is treated as a malefic planet in Vedic astrology. On a fundamental note, you can say Saturn, Mars, Rahu, Ketu, these are all naturally malefic planets. Right? So, because these things, the detachment is generally considered to be a negative thing, because after all, you took this birth to enjoy some of the materialistic things in your life. And if you talk about detachment from so many things, then people may say, what's the use of this human life at all? Right? And there are so many things. It's not only detachment. The kind of energy Ketu liberates is a kind of teaching through hardships. Right? If somebody is teaching you with some good words, with a lot of benefits, then you may feel very good. But what if somebody wants to teach you with hardships? It's a natural behavior of Ketu. That's where people consider Ketu as a negative planet, but Ketu is required. Ketu Mahadasha is required for anybody, for everybody, if the person has to understand the value of life and what is life actually, and how we need to behave with the people around us. What is you basically? You will realize only when you come across the Ketu's energies. And Ketu is considered to be the energy of the direction south. And of course, Ketu is associated with fiery element a lot of the times. And in the nakshatras also, Ashwini, Magha, Mula, these nakshatras belong to Ketu planet, the planet Ketu. So now we will try to talk about much more interesting things about Ketu. Ketu signifies the results of past life karma, particularly those that involve detachment, loss, or spiritual gain. So, Ketu is very much associated with spirituality and enlightenment. Ketu is associated with occult knowledge, mysticism, as a past life experiences and karma. Wherever you see a mystic, he is Ketu, that's it. He must be having a very prominent energy of Ketu in his horoscope. And whenever you see a person with lot and lot of occult knowledge, yes, he is another person associated with lot and lot of Ketu's energies. Whenever you see a person with lot and lot of spirituality, yes, he is a Ketu person. He has a lot and lot of Ketu's energies. And Ketu is associated with detachment from materialistic desires. Right? That is Ketu basically. When you talk about materialism, you talk about Rahu. Whenever you want to talk about Ketu, you don't talk about materialism, because Ketu is not materialism. Ketu is not materialism. Rahu is materialism. Exactly opposite. Rahu and Ketu are 180 degrees apart. They are just opposites. If somebody is associating Rahu with spirituality and Ketu with materialism, that's a kind of utter nonsense. It's very, very clearly defined that Ketu is spirituality, Rahu is materialism. Clearly defined. And there is no doubt at all. And Ketu represents some sudden events. And you may ask, okay, now Ketu is not related to materialism, then in Ketu Mahadasha I may not get any materialistic things. I do not get any money or something. You can get based on the position of your Ketu. But even if you get some money, even you get any materialistic things, that all would lead to spiritualism only in the Ketu's domain. Because Ketu is detachment from materialistic behavior. Ketu is transformation. Ketu is transformation. Just ask anybody, 100 out of 100, anybody, what is their life before Ketu Mahadasha and what is their life after Ketu Mahadasha? What is the person actually before and after the Ketu Mahadasha? The person is completely changed. He has become a better person for sure, and now he is no longer the same person. Before the Ketu Mahadasha, the person was, let us say, person A. Now, let us say, after Ketu Mahadasha, the same person A is no longer be person A. He is person B for sure. No other doubt. No other go. That's it. That is Ketu Mahadasha. That is the energy of planet Ketu. Because Ketu is associated with sudden events and transformations. Of course, Ketu is also associated with diseases, confusion and illusion. A kind of confusion, a kind of cheating kind of energy would be running on in Ketu Mahadasha. The Ketu has that energy. And anybody in this world, everybody experienced transformation if the person is running Ketu Mahadasha. That's it. And now, Ketu's placement in your natal chart, that is in your Rashi Chakra, right? That is the horoscope, the general horoscope. So where the person has already gained mastery in past lives, that's what it shows. Ketu's placement in your horoscope shows where the person has already gained mastery. Now, so wherever Ketu is present, the person already gained mastery in past lives. So let us say your Ketu is present in your 10th house. So you already gained mastery in your karma in your past life. So you may feel a kind of disinterest in your professional life. I'm not saying you do not have a great profession or you do not have any job or something. I'm not saying that. Please observe. You would have lot of jobs or one job or whatever you would be having. You would have a very great career even if Ketu is present in your 10th house, based upon the nakshatra placement of where your Ketu is present. Let us say Ketu is present in your Shravana nakshatra and Capricorn is your 10th house. I would say, where is your moon? If your moon's placement is good, yes, and if Saturn is providing good nurturing, yes, you would have a very good career. But even if you have a very good career, it is immaterial whether you have a good career or not. If Ketu is present in your 10th house, you would be having detachment with respect to your work environment. You would have a kind of isolation with respect to your work environment. You would have a kind of disinterest in your professional life. Means you are very good in the profession, but still you may not feel like working. You may not feel like working. Sometimes you may feel like working on a different thing, but you would be doing a different thing. Kind of. In the sense, you are, let us say you are in a business field, Ketu is in your 10th house, you do business. It's something like you do the business of parts, whereas you would be interested in doing the business of steel balls. Kind of. Or you continue to do the business of parts, but in the meantime, you would try to do some other thing. It's something like the energies are not fully aligned. That's what I want to tell you. If Ketu is in your 10th house, your energies are not completely aligned in that area, in the job that you're doing. Let us say you are a vice president of a very big company. Your Ketu is in your 10th house, but still you are a vice president, but still you are a bit detached. Or you are a CEO of a company and Ketu is in your 10th house, but still you are a bit detached with your work environment because Ketu is in your 10th house. You're a CEO, but instead of doing the work assigned to you, you would be doing something different, something else, but again you'll switch back and do the same work that is assigned to you, but somewhere you have that lag, you have that kind of disinterest present. That is Ketu. Ketu is in your 10th house. You got it? That is the behavior of Ketu. Because why you get that disinterest? Because you already did it in your past life. You already mastered it. You already mastered. You got it? You already mastered the karmic energy in your previous life, and why you would feel interest again in this life, right? So that's where the energies are not aligned. Let us say Ketu is in the 5th house. It might indicate past life knowledge of education or children, right? So it's a kind of disinterest you would see in this life about education and children. You would be good in education, but still you're not very much aligned with your education. You're not interested much. You show some kind of disinterest if Ketu is in your 5th house, because 5th house indicates your bachelor degree. You might have completed your bachelor degree somewhere from great institutes also, but still your energies are not aligned. Somewhere you're you have disinterest in the fifth house energies. It can be your bachelor degree or your children. And of course, a Ketu in the fifth house, based upon the placement of the nakshatra, we need to check if the person does not have children or not. That is also possible. We need to check it. We cannot comment on that, but it's something like somebody is having Ketu in the fifth house. He has, let us say, 10 children. Somebody having Ketu in the fifth house, 0 children. Same possible. Somebody is having Ketu in the fifth house, having 2 children. But the kind of detachment they have is present always. Generally, wherever Ketu is present, that is the house of detachment for the person. Ketu is in the 7th house. It doesn't mean that you're not going to get married or something. Of course, you need to check the whole horoscope if the person is going to get married or not. But Ketu is in the 7th house, so disinterest towards life partner. Somebody now would say, my Ketu is in the 7th house, but I have a lot of love on my partner and my partner would also love me a lot. This kind of arguments may come, but if you clearly understand what is actually disinterest. Now you may think, now this person is making an argument that his words are right. I'm not saying that. I'm telling the truth that wherever Ketu is present, that is the area of detachment. The energies are not aligned. Whatever you say, the energies are not aligned. Showing disinterest, showing detachment in that particular area. And of course, let us say somebody is having Ketu in the 7th house. Ketu in the 7th house, let's say in the sign of Virgo. In the sign of Virgo. Or let us say Ketu is in the 7th house in the sign of Leo. Now the sun is powerfully placed somewhere. Sun is exalted. It means sun is present in the Aries for this particular guy. As I am saying, this person, sun, that is the Leo is the 7th house for this particular native. So he is of Aquarius ascendant. Aquarius ascendant guy, Ketu in the 7th house, that is in the sign of Leo, and now his sun, because Leo's lord is sun is exalted in Aries, so it is present in Aries Ashwini nakshatra somewhere 10 degrees, right? It's exalted. Now what would happen? As the person is having a very good lord of the 7th house, he would be having a very good life partner, obviously. But the detachment energy is still running on. That's what I want to tell you. Right? The partner would be service oriented as well, because Ketu is service oriented. But still the detachment is running on. And now Ketu is in the, let us say Ketu is in the Magha nakshatra for this particular guy in the sign of Leo. Or let us say Ketu is in the Uttara Falguni nakshatra. Again, Uttara Falguni nakshatra, Lord is sun is exalted. So very good, right? The Lord of the house, sun exalted. The nakshatra Lord, sun exalted. Very good. So very good wife. But still, Ketu is present in the 7th house. Some detachment energy is running on. Things are not aligned. Energies are not aligned. That is Ketu. Let us say Ketu is in the Magha nakshatra itself. So it's very good because Ketu is in the Magha nakshatra. It has become very powerful. It is in the 7th house. And the Lord of the house, sun, is actually exalted. Very good. Excellent. Good life partner. But still, the detachment is still running on. That is Ketu because if you put some red color on a white table, yes, the red color is still present. You may say, no, there is so much of white color, there is so much of other colors, but yes, there are so much of other colors, but still, the red color is still present. So Ketu, of course, represents the person has already gained mastery, where the person actually gained mastery in the past lives, and areas of natural detachment and less desire to pursue. It is the area where the person has natural detachment and less desire to pursue, because it pushes the native towards spiritual evolution by denying or limiting material success in that particular house, right? Because if there is no pain, then there is no gain, according to Ketu. So if somebody is having pain, yes, the person is now ready to listen to others, ready to listen to the conditions. Thereby the person would have some spiritual evolution. That is the idea of Ketu. It's very simple. Rahu and Ketu are always 180 degrees apart, because Rahu is materialism, Ketu is spirituality and detachment. And Ketu is exactly opposite of Rahu. Rahu is the north lunar node, whereas Ketu is the south lunar node. Rahu generally represents the materialism, the desire, the obsession, the material growth. That is Rahu. Whereas Ketu is kind of detachment, moksha, renunciation. Leave it. That's Ketu. Detachment, disinterest. So generally we say Rahu and Ketu, they're always 180 degrees apart, and that's a karmic axis in your birth chart. And now, whenever you see a mystic or ascetic or a spiritual speaker, he has a prominent Ketu placement in your horoscope, no doubt at all. And Ketu causes experiences that lead to self-realization. It's very, very important. Everybody, whoever is having Ketu Mahadasha, it leads to experiences that lead to self-realization. But that self-realization comes at the cost of some pain, at the cost of some loss, at the cost of some confusion. Without this, the person may not be in a position to listen to the situations. That is Ketu basically. And it is, of course, considered to be a malefic planet, no doubt, because generally the self-realization for anybody comes through some kind of loss or confusion or some kind of pain. That's where Ketu is treated as a malefic planet. And Ketu is it's extremely beneficial spiritually if one is on a path of higher knowledge. And Ketu's energies are very, very good for him. Generally speaking, remedies for malefic Ketu, if Ketu is negatively influencing a person, any Vedic astrologer recommend to worship Lord Ganesha every day. Lord Ganesha, chant Ganesha mantra morning, evening, twice a day. If you want, thrice a day, morning, afternoon, evening. Always Lord Ganesha mantras, Vedic mantras, different mantras. So chanting of Ketu mantra, or you do Navagraha Shanti or Ketu Graha Shanti during the Ketu Mahadasha. It is very much important. And you need to wear a gemstone that's based upon your horoscope. It's not a general thing that you can say. Based upon your horoscope, you need to wear a gemstone. So that's about a general behavior of Ketu. We'll talk much about Ketu in our video series. Thanks for watching this video.